Folks, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. Trump is trolling the Roman Catholic Church. When you understand the head of the snake or one of the heads of the snake is the Pope, okay? The Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, when you understand what they do to little boys, what have they been doing to little boys for the longest time? When you understand the evil that is embedded in the church, it's a genius move. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to be that guy again. Oh, God, Trump can do nothing wrong. I understand strategy. What he does, he shines a light on evil. It's like turning on the light and the cockroaches scatter. Even if it's at Trump's expense. It's so easy to see. I don't know how some people don't see this. I understand a lot of people are very reactionary, and that's why when I had Gene Decode on, yesterday, I was thinking, when he said, Candace and Alex and Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson all could be part of the operation, could be. Maybe they were read in to shine more of a light on this stuff. I kind of feel in my gut that's not true, but it wouldn't surprise me because I think you got to be really stupid not to see what Trump's doing. You got to be really dumb not to see what he's doing. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's shining, he's exposing the evils, the corruption within these institutions by shining a light on it. Yeah, it seems like mockery. It seems like insanity, maybe done in some bad taste, but that's all part of his personality. That's what he does. So some of the most evil people are lying, hidden in these institutions. That's how they live. That's how they thrive. That's how they thrive to, they go into the good, if you go look at a PDF file, where does a PDF file hang out? Daycare centers, children's parks. It's the same thing in the churches. And that's why he's shining a light on it. It's the same damn thing. Folks, hit the notification button, Also Venmo, _Rod1977, _Rod1977. I saw the Candace Owens episode last night on Victor Marx, right? Wow. Well, I gotta say, she's really doing a brilliant job of unraveling the layers of corruption within TPUSA. I mean, she's doing a hell of a job. Charlie would be proud. Now, I know TPUSA is like the division, the dividing line. The line has been drawn in the sand, but I'm telling you, it's all coming out, and it's paying dividends for Candace. It's paying dividends. I don't know if you all saw the auditorium just the other night. I don't know if Alex can pull it up. It was on my X account, Alex, if you want to pull that up, of the auditorium that Vance was speaking at for TPUSA, and it was empty. Completely empty seats. The magic is gone. The magic is gone. You can give that win to Candace because the magic is gone. And I did believe for the longest time that in 2028, that was going to be the stage, the center stage of the battle for the presidency of the right side. And I don't think it is anymore. After what I saw with that auditorium where J.D. Vance was speaking, I don't believe it will be anymore. And Erica Kirk didn't go because why? Oh, death threats. Really? Really? Or did you just know you didn't sell enough tickets? Or did you know you just look at that empty seats everywhere? I mean, it's I don't know. There's a video, Alex, if you can get it. There's a video of it. But folks, it's just, to me, everything's happening instantaneously now. Everything is happening instantaneously. What used to take 50, 60 years for the truth to come out, the truth now comes out instantaneously. That's why evil cannot survive in this atmosphere anymore. It just can't. It's a different paradigm. We're living in a different time. We are in the golden age. And that's why everything Trump is doing, for example, is shining a light on these demons. Now, I put up on X, are you for Trump and Israel or Trump without Israel? Most people said without Israel. I'm kind of in that lane too. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to be honest. I put America first. That's where I'm at with this. But I'm holding a place to see how Trump plays this Israel card. Do I want to jump on the bandwagon and start getting angry about Israel? Yeah, inside, you feel that way, but I have to calm it down and say, 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶. Wait a minute here. There's something working behind the scenes here, and I'm watching it play out. So when the lights go out on Amazon, when the lights go out, please leave me an honest review. My mama's book, The Mexican Mix. My mama's book, The Mexican Mix. Please leave an honest review. Also, folks, Noble Gold. Get your Noble Gold. When's the last time you actually held your investment? Not checked an app, not watched the number move on a screen. I mean, physically held it in your hand. That's what I love about gold. It's real, it's tangible, and it's yours, baby. No passwords, no logins, no 6-digit codes. Text to your phone for access. In a world that's getting more digital, more abstract, more complicated, gold is simple. And, you've heard my guest say that's where it's all going with this reset. That's why we're seeing a massive shift into precious metals as everything moves to the cloud. People are starting to value what they can actually hold. There's something very powerful about that because real ownership is becoming rare. If you want to see what that looks like for you, go to noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Go today. Get yourself some gold and silver. X is Nino Boxer, ninoscorner.shop. Boom. I'll show you what it looks like, folks. The truth hits hard. Bing. All right. So, truth hits hard. This is the line that's up there right now. And people are liking it. So the truth hits hard. I got Nino's Corners caps, all kinds of stuff, coffee mugs. Ringside with Nino is today at 5 p.m. Ringside with Nino is today on ninoscorner.tv. Today, 5 p.m. And the sale is still up. The Live Forever sale. People are really liking this. Yeah, you pay one time and you're a lifetime member on ninoscorner.tv, a lifetime member. ninoscorner.tv, I got Gene Decode up there right now. I got Leo Zagami going to be talking about the Roman Catholic Church. Now, this is going to be stellar. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be really good. So Leo Zagami's coming on. I got 𝗬𝗏 always up there. He's a frequent guest. The Ghost frequent guest. Stuart Swerdlow's coming on today. Troy Brewer. Now, if you guys don't know about Troy Brewer, I'm doing that podcast with him right after this. Or no, after I have Stuart Swerdlow, then Troy. But Troy does child rescue, right? And he's all over the internet right now. He actually he saw a giant with his own eyes in somewhere down in Mexico doing a child rescue. And he basically, folks, this is real stuff. This is our reality. Saw a giant like on top of a mountain hill or something like that. He was with a group of people and indigenous people, and they all saw it. He wasn't the only one. They started praying in the name of Jesus Christ, and the thing became visibly shaken. Now, this is where thousands, either hundreds or thousands of children were disappearing. And you got to think, are they taken underground? Do these entities, folks, we are in a fight with real entities, with darkness, principalities and darkness in high places. It says it in the Bible. This is real. This guy actually saw one, a giant himself. So, the giant itself, I'll say itself. So this is incredible stuff. Folks, Troy Brewer coming on today, and Sheila Holm will be the general in the general's tent. And also, that's the 23rd. Sheila tent will be the 23rd. But folks, Facebook alert. I am not reaching out to anybody on Facebook. If you get messages from me, please, I wish you could report it to somebody, but there's nobody to report it to. Just ignore those messages. It's not me. There's a lot of Facebook pages out there. They're not me. Mine has been taken down. It's unpublished at the moment. I had about 600 and something thousand. I was going into 700,000, and they unpublished my page. So that's Facebook for you. So I'm waiting to see if we can get it back up. So anybody out there claiming to be me, it's not me. It's not me. All right, folks. And without further ado, you might want to turn it up or turn it down, baby. Here we go. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. Oh, he does that every time. He gets my panties all wet. Yes, it does. All right. So Let's get into this. So 1.4 billion enraged Catholics. And let me tell you, folks, I live in El Paso, so they're pretty pissed off. How can you back Trump? Look what he's doing to the Pope. He's picking on the Pope, Sancho. Hey, he's just shining a light on the evil and corruption. That's all he's doing. So as he's doing this, the Democrats are starting to get real worried now because they know that he's about to sign some executive orders going into the election for safe and secure election. He's getting ready to sign executive orders for in-person paper ballot. It's coming. National emergency. It's all coming. And so what are they trying to do? Well, they're going to try to 25th Amendment his ass. So they're trying to pass that in the House right now. May have already passed. So at this point, you either believe in a plan or an operation, or you don't, or you just don't. You're in the camp with Candace Tucker and all of them, and you're just reacting of what Trump's doing. You're having an emotional response, and you're not looking at strategy, which is very surprising to me because I consider Candace Tucker, all of them, very bright people. I really do. But you either see it or you don't. It's kind of like that gold dress, blue dress, and that's why I always put it up here. Because you either see the gold dress or the blue dress, right? It's kind of like you just can't see it. But I'm one of the few people that I used to just see the blue dress, but now I can see the gold. I trained myself to be able to see the gold. Pretty amazing stuff. Shit, now I see blue. What's my eyes doing here? Now I see blue. That's weird. Oh, that's crazy. I just, wow. The other day I was seeing gold. Figure I'm going to train myself to see gold again. All right, so there is a method to Trump's madness, and that I'm not surprised, and I am surprised. I'm very surprised that many of you cannot see. This is how he brings attention to certain people, governments, or establishments. He puts them right into the open with controversy or even praise. You saw what he did with Erica Kirk. Oh, I wouldn't want her to turn on me. Turning point. He even emphasized turning point. Gee, Erica Kirk, boy, that'd be bad if she turned on me. Folks, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? Think about this for a moment. Think about it for a moment. Look what he's doing. This is his personality. This is what he does. He trolls people. And here he is with this picture. And if you can see behind him, he replaced one of the angels with like a demon in the middle there. It has wings like a demon, and he's showing you what the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, is. It's the head of the snake. So you can imagine that this is going to continue, and he's trolling them in order for them to get worried, to get anxious, to make moves they don't want to make. So President Donald Trump stepped on a political hornet's nest with his attacks on Pope Leo that infuriated Catholics worldwide. The rift with the Vatican could exacerbate an already challenging 2026 election season for congressional Republicans as Trump risks alienating a key constituency. But let me just explain this for a second. We are at war. That's why he named it the Department of War. He understands what's coming. Democrats are not going to win. I'm going to be the only one saying this, and everyone's saying, oh, they're going to win the House. They're going to win the Senate. They're going to get in there. They're not going to win. It's over. He knows it's over. This is why he's so arrogant, and this is why he's doing the things he's doing. They are not going to win. They're not. It's over. In fact, it's so over for them. What I'm looking at now is who are they going to bring? How are they going to infiltrate the right, which they're already doing? I told you they were going to try to use TPUSA to do this. They're going to infiltrate the right and bring in somebody that's a wolf in sheep's clothing to try to take the place of Trump. That's what we need to be looking at now. That's where this is going, because the Democratic Party is over and arrests are coming. Let me say that again. The Democratic Party is over. It's done. Arrests are coming. They're not going to get out of this. It's over. It's about infiltrating our side now. That's where our attention needs to be. That's the new part of this game. That's where this game is at now. They're infiltrating our side of the field. Pay attention. Pay attention to that. So Trump post, will someone please tell Pope Leo Iran has killed at least 42,000 innocent, completely unarmed protesters in the last 2 months, and that for Iran to have a nuclear bomb is absolutely unacceptable. Thank you for your attention to this matter. America is back. President Donald J. Trump. When you understand who the true head of the snake is within the globalist New World Order and why it must be cut off, you can look at the Vatican. You can look at Vatican and also Israel. But hold on. I'm not going there yet. Let's talk about the Vatican. You'll have a better understanding of why. In Trump's last controversial post, where he depicted himself as, I guess you could say, Jesus, or as Maria Abramovich says, the wizard in the tarot cards, he's trolling both sides, okay? He's trolling both sides. And why he replaced one of the angels with a dark demon in the background, in the sky, he's trolling evil. He's trolling his demonic entities. That's what he's doing. He's now set his sights on the greatest deception of all, folks, the Roman Catholic Church and the Pope. For over 1,000 years plus, the Roman Catholic Church has controlled billions of believers with trickery and deception. Now, I know this is going to be, I said this is going to be a very controversial podcast. I get it. I understand it. I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy. No, the priest never touched me. He didn't find me very attractive. Okay. Oh, boy. I know, it is a true story. When I went to confession for one of the first times, I was like, I think in third grade, and I sat in the booth with the priest, and the priest told me to tell him my sins, and I said, you go first. I was in third grade, and I said that, and I went to the office. I went to the principal's office. I got suspended. How can you talk to a priest like that? I don't know. At a very young and early age, I just saw through the bullshit. I don't know. I'm not telling anybody my sins. Tell me yours first. Sancho has many sins. So in my mind, and I'm just speaking for myself, I believe they hijacked Christ's true teachings. And if you look at if you look at these people that are involved in the church, right? Not just the Roman Catholic Church, but many churches. Look at this. Look at Victor Marx. Look at this guy involved with TPUSA. What a slime ball that guy is, huh? What Candace Owens unveiled, like what she did, pulling back the layers of the onion. She did a brilliant job, by the way. But look at this guy, Victor Marx. Tell me you can't see that guy now, huh? See every part of that guy's soul, especially his response to Candace. He was like, "All righty then." You just saw a demon just, yeah, I'm here. It's craziness, man. Craziness. And that's where the evil hides, are in these good institutions. It's just where they are. That's where they lurk. That's where they go for their prey. We live in a predatorial society. Human beings are predators for each other. It's a spiritual war. Pope Leo, who is from the United States and more specifically from Chicago, was placed into power by the globalist elite to be the direct opposition to Trump and undermine him at every move. So that's what he was basically placed in there to do, especially with Trump's immigration policies and so on. The Pope was a direct adversary, or he is a direct adversary to Trump, and was to control the army of 1.4 billion Catholics, especially with these immigration policies and raids that Trump is imposing. This guy was going to be there to be like, oh, poor people, please just come over. They're poor people. America must take the weak and the hungry. Well, then take down the walls at the Vatican. Let them bring their sleeping bags and overtake the church. What are you doing? You got enough gold to feed the world. The Vatican is filled with gold, filled with lots of gold. Hell, bring them into the Vatican. Take down the walls at the Vatican. Nah, they're not going to do that. Nah, they'll never do that. I feel, folks, I got a feeling. I got a feeling that now that the Iran regime has been neutralized and the nuclear wild card of Iran is close to being off the table. I think it's pretty much off the table. Trump is saying we won. I'm pretty sure we won. That's why he's directing his attention now to the Catholic Church. Notice how it's kind of steered away from Iran, and all of a sudden it's at the Catholic Church. Trump has now set his sights on dismantling the most powerful structure and organization of them all, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, the head of the snake, baby. That's what this is all about. That's why he's doing this. The Roman Catholic Church and the Vatican, and what a better way to kick it off than picking a fight with Pope Leo. Because now people are going to really start digging in and researching this stuff, folks, like moi, yours truly. Trump post appearing to depict him as Jesus removed amid backlash. Of course he removes it. Before the post was deleted, evangelical and Catholic allies called the image blasphemous in a rare public break from a base that have largely stood by Trump. Shortly after posting a screed against Pope Leo on Sunday night as he returned to Washington from Florida, Trump shared an image that appeared to be AI generated in the style of a painting. There it is right there. Take a good look at it. Depicting him in a long white robe with a red cloak draped around his shoulders. In one hand, he has an orb glowing with light. Trump's other hand rested on the forehead of a man in what resembled a hospital bed. In my mind, it kind of looks like 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗋. I don't know. It kind of looks like 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝗋𝗄 to me. I don't know. It resembled a hospital bed, light beaming from the man's head as Trump appeared to pray for this healing. Patriotic symbols, including an eagle, fireworks, and the Statue of Liberty, filled the frame. I didn't take this as an insult at all. I knew exactly what he was doing. I was like, ooh, let's dig into this. Let's see the genius in this. Why is he doing this? Who is he trying to expose here? The church. The church. Unlike the post criticizing Leo, whom Trump later said he didn't like and is too liberal, the image invoking Jesus drew swift criticism from some evangelical Christians and conservative Catholics who have otherwise expressed near constant support for Trump's decisions. Now, why would he do that? Why would he risk turning MAGA on him? Why would he do that? The people that have stood by him, it's because, folks, he's bringing them into the exposure. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing here. He's bringing them into the exposure. I don't know if the president thought he was being funny or if he was under the influence of some substance or what possible explanation he could have for this outrageous blasphemy, wrote Megan Besham, a prominent conservative Protestant Christian writer and commentator, but he needs to take that down immediately and ask for forgiveness from the American people and then from God. Well, I would imagine from God first, right? Okay. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for a comment about Trump's intent in posting the image. Following the backlash and after appearing on the president's Truth Social account for more than 12 hours, the image was finally deleted. Genius. I see genius here, man. I see strategy. And, forgive me. I'm a fighter. I see what he's doing. I see how he's trolling his opponents. And maybe that's why I get this and I understand it. And I'm not having a reactionary response. So when you see something that Trump does, here's what happens. You get your first initial reactionary response. Okay, stop right there, take some deep breaths and go, okay, wait a minute. There's something bigger here. Then you get another mad reactionary response. Take a step back, look at it again. And then about the third and fourth time of looking at it, you start to see the genius in it. And then that's when you go, okay, I see what he's doing here. Having the first explosive reactionary response, like a Candace, like anybody else out there, which, like I said, I think Candace is brilliant. But this is a different level of the game, folks. This is a whole different level of the game that Trump is exposing. He's exposing Pope Leo and the Catholic Church, another arm of the globalist regime. Just like Iran was an arm of the globalist regime, Iran with the Muslims, okay, the Shiites, Iran, he exposed Iran. Now he's going to the other side of the coin here, the other side of the field with the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican. Pay attention. This is important. Pope Leo responds to Trump's criticism, saying he has no fear of the U.S. administration. Algiers of London, Pope Leo on Monday responded to criticism from President Donald Trump, telling reporters while traveling to Algeria that he has no fear of the White House. I have no fear of the Trump administration, nor speaking out loudly. about the message of the gospel, the pontiff said on Monday as he began a days-long visit to 4 African nations. That's what I believe in. I am called to do what the church is called to do. The Pope on Saturday called for an end to conflict without explicitly mentioning the U.S.-Israel war against Iran. Enough of war, Leo said during a peace vigil in St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. I've been there, by the way. That is an impressive place. I got to tell you that much. It is a beautiful, impressive place. One of the most gorgeous places I've ever visited. The Pope also suggested delusional omnipotence. Omnipotence. How do you say that, Alex?
Omnipotent.
Hey, yo, learning to read with Rockville. All right, thank you. Is fueling the U.S.-Israel war in Iran, imploring the country leaders to come to a peace agreement. Trump on Sunday night posted on social media calling the Pope weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. I don't want a Pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon, Trump said in his post. On Monday, Trump, he has no... Hey, Alex, I think you're just here to help me read good, you know? Jesus, man. Fuck. Oh, boy. Story I got to tell you there, yo. Oh, wow. No, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. Trump said when asked about an apology, he was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You'd have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So, like I've always said, he had to eliminate or neutralize the globalist playing card of Iran, and now he is setting his sights on the church. It's all phases of an operation, folks. Wow. Rome has fallen, okay? Rome has fallen a long time ago. And what do we always say? All roads lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. But Rome is now falling, and here's why. For the first time ever, the Vatican has built a Muslim prayer room inside its library. Now, let me say that again. The Vatican has built a Muslim prayer room inside its library. While Christians are banned from Mecca, while no church stands in Saudi Arabia, and while Europe's cathedrals are being turned into mosques, Pope Leo rolls out prayer rugs in the heart of Rome. Okay, so let me ask my Catholic audience out there, my Christian audience. Is that right to do? Who's the snake here? Is it Trump or is it Pope Leo? No. Step back. Let me ask you this. Who is the snake here? Is it Pope Leo or Trump? A Muslim prayer room inside the library at the Vatican? Really? He's doing it side by side with Amy Pope, the UN's migration chief and former Obama insider, who runs a billion-dollar machine moving refugees across the West. Together, they preach compassion, but it's really globalism disguised as faith. The UN engineers the migration, the Vatican blesses it. And that's what they were planning to do with America. And Western civilization pays the price. So this was all engineered. Trump shining a light on the Roman Catholic Church, showing of what they're doing. So now the church is bringing in Muslim prayer rooms into the Vatican, blessing immigration into Europe, America. And as long as the Pope is blessing it and giving his giving it the right, his blessing, then people, the Catholics out there, 1.4 billion of them, have to accept it. Do you see what they're doing here? Do you see the strategy, the brilliance behind the Roman Catholic Church, the evil behind the Roman Catholic Church? Now, I said this was going to be a very controversial segment because a lot of people want to jump down Trump's throat. He's nuts. He's crazy. He's insane. Look what he does. He thinks he's Jesus. He's making a mockery. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's shining a light on their mockery. That's what he's doing. Wake up. Donald Trump hits 𝗵𝗏𝗍. I don't know if that's a baloney, hey, yo, with Iran nuclear warning. Blow Italy up in minutes. Donald Trump has issued a stark reply to Italian Prime Minister Giorgia, is it Meloni, over Iran's nuclear capabilities after she criticized his comments about Pope Leo. All roads lead to Rome, folks. All roads lead to Rome. Donald Trump has hit back after he was criticized for attacking Pope Leo. Giorgia Meloni, Prime Minister of Italy, describes Trump's tirade against the Pope as unacceptable. Now the U.S. president has said it is she who is unacceptable. So now Trump is turning it on her. In an interview with Corriere della Sera, Trump also said he was shocked by the Italian PM's comments. He went on to issue a stark warning over Iran's nuclear capabilities. It is she who is unacceptable, Trump says, because she doesn't care if Iran has a nuclear weapon and would blow up Italy in 2 minutes if it had the chance, he said. She is no longer the same person, and Italy will not be the same country. Trump added that he had not had contact with Meloni for a long time. Trump and Meloni have previously been close political allies. Pope Leo is, now listen to what Trump says here. Pope Leo is weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. The president wrote in his True Social post about the Pope, adding, I don't want a Pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon or allow Muslim prayer rooms in the church. Okay? All I'm doing here is helping you see what Trump is doing, folks. That's it. That's all I'm doing here. Trump refused to apologize to Pope Leo on Monday and sought to explain away the now deleted social media post depicting themselves as Jesus by saying he had thought the image was of him as a doctor. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. House Democrats seek to launch 25th Amendment Commission to remove Trump from office. Now, I'm hearing they're getting word that, they're going to have fair elections come midterms, which means they're not going to win. So they're going to do everything they can to get this guy out as fast as they can. And I still think, I don't know, we could have a delay in the midterms, military on the streets. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I'm not sure what the landscape's going to look like, but I'll be following it very, very closely. Rep. Jamie Raskin, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, introduced a bill on Tuesday that would establish a commission to examine whether the president is fit to serve in office. More than 70 Democrats called for the President Trump's removal from office after he issued a series of blistering threats against Iran last week, including a stark warning that a whole civilization will die if Tehran did not strike a peace deal. He meant a regime. Raskin's bill would establish a commission on president's capacity to discharge the powers and duties of the office, which, if directed by Congress, shall carry out a medical examination of the president to determine whether the president is mentally or physically unable to discharge the powers and duties of office. Okay, so, well, what about Biden? Remember Biden? Why didn't you do that with him? So who's the one right now really pushing? And I want my audience to get involved here. I want you all to get involved here. Who's the main podcaster out there pushing that Trump is not healthy? That there's something very sick and wrong with Trump. Let's put this together, all of us together. Let's work together here. Who's the main guy out there right now saying that Trump is unhealthy? And this is exactly going with the narrative of the Democrats. Yep, you got it, Alex Jones. You got it. Someone got it. I can't read that. Put that up. Let's put that up here. This guy got it. And yeah, Nick Fuentes is too. But they're pushing this narrative, right? And what are the Democrats going on? President is mentally or physically unable to discharge the powers and duties of the office. Do you see how they all go together here? What have I said about Nick Fuentes for the longest time? He's a plant. He came in with Kanye West. They gave him his audience. It's very easy to see. He says a lot of sexy things that everyone likes, but then that little 1% of strychnine is right there. And I welcome Nick Fuentes to come on my show. Please do. Prove to me you're not who I think you are, bro. Prove to me you are not who I believe you are. We'll have a very easy conversation. I'm not going to ambush you or go crazy, which I could do, and I'm sure you'd welcome it. All right, folks, get your chapter. Get your chapter. I've been talking about this for a long time. The ghetto timer just went off. And yeah, thank you, Alex. 212-433-2495. Just some real talk for a second. You know me. I love this country. I love God and I love family. And when it comes to family, I don't play around. I've watched people close to me go through a Medicare process, and I'll be honest, it's confusing. It's overwhelming. And there are a whole lot of brokers out there more interested in fattening their pockets or getting their commission than finding a plan that works for you. And boy, am I seeing this, folks. I could tell you nightmares about the home care, home health industry, medical industry. I'm telling you, I'm living through it right now. It's a friggin' nightmare. That didn't sit well with me. So I went looking for something better, not for clicks, not for some sponsors, but for my family and for you. That's why I partnered with Chapter, and I recommend them to everyone I know. They actually compare every Medicare plan available. They walk you through it in plain English, no pressure, no games, just straight answers. And here's what I respect the most. If you're already in the right plan, they will tell you. That's the integrity of this company. On average, they've helped people save about $1,100 a year and much more. If you're turning 65 or already on Medicare, do yourself and your family a huge favor. Call Chapter. It's free. It takes about 20 minutes, and it can put real money back in your pocket. Yes, I do believe in this, and I used it with my parents. I got some horror stories to tell you. I'm going to have my sister back on pretty soon to talk about this, because that's how I think we're doing a show Monday. I'll probably air it Tuesday. I mean, my sister's going to come back on and just talk to you guys about the horrors that we're experiencing right now with the nursing, the home health, the home care. It's folks, I'm telling you, I can't believe, this is why it's so easy to believe that evil hangs out in what is supposed to be good institutions. You know, some of the most abusive people are nurses and home care. It's almost like it attracts that evil. I got to tell you, folks, I'm even thinking about doing segments where I expose these people for what they are, because I cannot believe how evil this industry is. There's some good people, no doubt. There's some good people, but there's a lot of rattlesnakes, a lot of sick, demented people that we have caught on camera abusing my parents. Just saying it. That we caught them on camera stealing from the house. It's insane. And I'm going to bring my sister on to talk about that very soon. It's just, it makes me sick. So Raskin's bill would establish a commission on president's capacity to discharge the powers and duties of the office, which, if directed by Congress, shall carry out a medical examination of the president to determine whether he's mentally or physically fit. So be careful of these people that are putting it out there right now. Oh, he's got swollen ankles. There's a reason Trump put them all on blast. He put out Candace. He put out Alex. He put out Tucker. He put them all out there. There's a reason he exposes people. And folks, I got to tell you, I like these people. I like them. I think Candace is just, I think she's just reactionary and she's explosive. Alex Jones, yeah, he's explosive. You know, Gene Deco said, hey, man, they're red. They could be read in, you know, in this operation. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I don't know if I believe that. One foot in, one foot out with that. Nothing would surprise me. I don't know. But it sure is going into the Democrats' narrative of him being of the 25th Amendment or impeaching him due to him being sick. Right? Goes right along with that, doesn't it? So speaking of these podcasters, Candace Owens, the Candace effect is happening. Turning Point USA seems to have misestimated the crowd size for Vance Atkins Ford Arena. Less than 25. Can you show the empty arena again, Alex? Please bring it up on the screen. It's Aikens Ford Arena, less than 25% filled for the vice president. That's it. 25% showed up there. Erica Kirk said she didn't go because there were threats. Yeah, there it is. Man, look at all the empty seats. That's a dead organization now, folks. Look at that. That is gone. So, yeah, Erica Kirk said she didn't go because there were threats on her life. I don't know about that. There was threats of empty seats, though. And you didn't want to be embarrassed, did you? So I believe Candace Owens is having a massive effect on Erica Kirk, the whole TPUSA organization, and it's showing. And I think now Victor Marx is in the spotlight. Tell me if that guy's not a shady character, huh? Wow. Especially his response. All righty then, Candace. Hey, little girl, you want some candy? That's what he reminds me of. And he's into child rescue. So my mind is Erica Kirk just didn't want to show up to an empty arena. That's where I see this. She just did not want to go into an empty arena. And she said, ooh, I have the threats on my life because of Candace. No, she's just exposing who you are, who Victor Marx is, and this whole institution. I cannot believe the simps, and I'm going to call them simps, podcasters out there, mainly men, that are backing this. Do you guys think you're going to get laid by her or something? Do you think by being on her good side, you're going to be like, oh, she's a grieving widow, man. What are you talking about? Really? You can't see through the bullshit, guys? Really? Fucking whatever. Hey, Erica, sue her. Sue Candace. What are you doing? Sue her. Like Trump said, sue her. Sue her. That's what you should do. Sue her. But you won't. You won't, will you? So Iran blockade sets up a test in which side can endure more pain. President Trump's decision to blockade all Iranian shipments out of or into the Strait of Hormuz started Monday morning, sets up the next great test in the Iran war. Which side can endure more economic pain? It looks like all the fucking tankers are coming to the Gulf of America. Tehran's new leadership or Mr. Trump himself. Almost everything about how this new turn in the war plays out is likely to look very different than what has unfolded so far. Instead of directing missiles and bombs at military sites, missile emplacements, and Iran's defense industry, Mr. Trump will try to choke off the country's lifeblood, the oil that accounts for more than 50% of its exports and just about all the government's revenue. And guess what, folks? They're coming here. And Trump said it himself, we've already won, and I won it all. I won it all, he says. Not 90%, I won it all. That's from Trump's mouth. I won it all. That's who we have as president. And I'm loving it. And I know a lot, dude, I'm making a lot of people cringe right now. A lot of people getting pissed off. You just swing from Trump's balls. No, I don't. I see a strategy here. I see a fighter recognizes another fighter. Game recognizes game. Game recognizes game, homie. My first education, you guys got to remember, I was raised on the border. Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas. I live here. I've been going back and forth my entire life. I know both sides, baby. School of Hard Knocks for me, man. I got School of Hard Knocks I got a diploma at that. Yeah, I dropped out of school. I got my GED. I did all that, but I got the School of Hard Knocks. Street smarts. Shit, by the time I was in high school, I was throwing parties in Juarez, getting a buck a head. Throwing parties at high schools, man. I was learning how to become an entrepreneur. I used to steal cars and take them over to Juarez and get them stripped down. I knew how to get fake IDs. I knew how to get fake everything. That's the life I used to live as a kid. Thank God boxing saved me. And then obviously God saved me. But boy, if I didn't have boxing as an outlet, I'd be in prison or dead by now. I almost died twice. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here at all. China issues a warning. China has issued a strong warning to U.S. reinstating that China has an energy agreement with Iran and its ships will not be intercepted. Chinese Defense Ministry, Chinese ships continue to move in and out of the waters of the Strait of Hormuz. We have trade and energy agreements with Iran, which we will respect and abide by. We expect others not to interfere in our affairs. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz and has opened it to us. Okay, so there's going to be a conflict coming here. China is getting really, really mad. So, and you know they can be very sneaky. Very, very, very sneaky. So I don't know. The whole world's heating up. The whole world's heating up. It makes me interested. I wonder what they're going to do with Taiwan. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think they're going to take Taiwan? Put it in the chats. Yeah, don't interfere in our affairs. China warns U.S. over Hormuz blockade. I would imagine this is going to heat up unless China wants to bring their tankers to the Gulf of America. And then Israel, an Israeli official threatens the world live. I don't know if you guys saw this. There's a video on this. Anyone who criticizes Israel is our enemy. Really. We will watch you through Google. We will expose your weaknesses. We will get you fired from your job. And if you own a business, we will bankrupt you. This is not a random activist speaking. This is an official from the Israeli embassy in Washington. This is exactly what Zionism has become. A global intimidation machine that threatens your livelihood if you dare speak against them. You know, I grew up with Jewish friends. I even went to the JCC when I was a kid, Jewish Community Center. I stood out like a sore thumb because I was not Jewish. In fact, I was wondering, why did my parents send me there? Oh, boy, I got in trouble, got kicked out of there, by the way. I got kicked out of every school I've ever been to, by the way. Anyway, I got kicked out of that one as well. In fact, even when I was a kid, I was very confused. I was like, okay, you're sending me to the Jewish Community Center. They just wanted me out of, I think my parents just wanted me out of their hair because I was in trouble all the time. So like, let's just send them somewhere. Send them to the fucking Jewish school. And I went there and I got kicked out. And then I went to Catholic school. I got kicked out. And I went to 4 different schools in 1 year one time. Someone showed that I had to ride the short bus. And while they're licking the windows, wearing helmets. Oh, boy. Not a very fond time in my life. All right, so very big news on this one as well. Major Trump-Vance policy shift has dropped. Foreign aid will now go straight to national governments. No more routing billions through NGOs. This cuts out the middlemen who turn taxpayer dollars into their own bloated business model. Effect on NGOs, many will see their funding evaporate overnight. Expect mass layoffs, shrinking budgets, and some outfits shutting down entirely. The entire aid industrial complex just took a body blow. No more endless grifts. America First is finally hitting the middlemen where it hurts. So that's great news. That's really great news. In a narrow 5-4 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has given President Donald Trump sweeping wartime powers under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, allowing large-scale deportations of alleged Tren de Aragua gang members straight to El Salvador's mega prison. They're going to have to build another one. I don't know if you guys, I think it's called, what's the prison called? 𝗪𝗏, or it's something like that, but they have all the gang members. I mean, they've really cleaned up El Salvador. So now anybody that's here from Tren de Agua or these gangs, MS-13, you get caught, you go straight to the prison, straight to their prison. Not a good time to be in America, folks, if you're in illegal. There it is. What's the name of that prison, Alex? Do you know what the name of that prison is? Is it 𝗪𝗏 or something like that?
Yeah, you were right. 𝗪𝗏. Yep.
𝗪𝗏. Yeah, I've been watching some YouTube videos on it. It's crazy, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
It's like, it's unlivable. I don't know how they survive in there. They jam-pack the cells. Have you seen this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like your worst nightmare. They never turn the lights off. It's like 80 guys to 2 toilets in one cell. They don't give them any protein, no meat ever again.
Wow.
They're just like underfed, kind of basically just barely fed. Like they have no energy. And
so they're treated like less than an animal.
Pretty, I mean, yeah, they get food, they get food. It's like tortillas and rice and beans, but
could you imagine being under those fluorescent lights 24/7, dude?
On metal cots that are like 3 stories of metal cots, no bedding.
Oh, dude, I bet you it's just gnarly in there, bro. Gnarly. But hey, if you want to behave like an animal, you get treated like one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I see it. So, all right, folks, get this. Who's in charge of the Fed after May 15th? A new fight may be coming. A new confrontation between the Trump administration and the Federal Reserve may be taking shape over a simple question. Who runs the Federal Reserve after May 15th? That's the date Jerome Powell's term as Fed chair expires. If Kevin Warsh, President Donald Trump's nominee to replace him, hasn't been confirmed by the Senate by then, Powell has said he plans to stay on as the acting chief of the Fed board. That is what the law calls for. That's what we've done on several occasions, including involving me. And that's what we're going to do in this situation, he told reporters last month. Powell's term as one of 7 Fed governors runs through early 2028, allowing him to remain on the Fed's board of governors after the chairmanship ends. A number of economists and Fed watchers aren't so sure the White House will accept Powell continuing to serve as the acting Fed chief. They expect the administration to argue that the president, not the Fed, has the legal authority to elevate an acting chairman, a view that clashes directly with the Fed's reading of the law. Let's see how this plays out, folks? I got a feeling he'll be gone. Just my instincts, but we'll see. DOJ moves to dismiss the 6 seditious conspiracy convictions of Oath Keepers and Proud Boys leaders. The Justice Department filed paperwork Tuesday to dismiss seditious conspiracy convictions of Proud Boys and Oath Keeper leaders related to the January 5th riot in 2021. This is good news. The department asked the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit to vacate the convictions, including of Oath Keepers founder Stewart Rhodes. President Donald Trump has already commuted the sentences of over 1,500 Proud Boys and Oath Keeper members, including some of its leaders, but the motion goes further to erase the convictions. The government's motion to vacate in this case is consistent with its practice of moving the Supreme Court to vacate convictions in cases where the government has decided in the prosecutor discretion that dismissal of a criminal case is the interest of justice. So that's great news. Let me see what else I got here, folks. Oh, Tim Burchett. Burkett, I guess. I think I know what the UFOs are, and it's pretty wild, he says. It's not about dadgum flying saucers. Well, we're spending tens of millions of your dollars on when alphabet agencies tells me they don't exist, and then another department tells me they do exist. He went on. I had some ideas of what this is. I've been briefed on some things. They're pretty wild, and I think America needs to know that stuff. So what is he going to say here? I think he's going to say they're back-engineered technology and they're interdimensional and they're obviously our own government. Maybe he's going to expose the alien card here, folks. What do you think? Give me your thoughts. Tulsi Gabbard exposes conspiracy used by Congress to impeach President Trump. Well, we all knew this, right? But see how this is coming out now, folks? Do you see how all of this is surfacing? Today, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard releases never-before-seen documents exposing a coordinated effort by elements within the intelligence community, including a former inspector general, to manufacture a conspiracy that was used as the basis to impeach President Trump in 2019. It's all coming. Remember, I told you there's going to be arrests? Everyone tells me, oh, David, you're so full of it. We're so sick of waiting. You always say this stuff. Okay, all right. We'll see who's right. During his preliminary investigation into President Trump's July 2019 phone conversation with Ukrainian President Vladimir 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗃, former 𝗦𝗃 IG Michael Arkinson, did not follow standard IG procedures and relied upon politicized and manufactured narratives, only conducting interviews with 4 individuals, a whistleblower, the whistleblower's friend, who was a co-author of the January 2017 Russian hoax intelligence community assessment, and close colleague of a disgraced former FBI agent, Peter Strzok, and 2 character references who had 0 firsthand knowledge of the July 2019 phone call. Despite a lack of any firsthand evidence, 𝗦𝗃 Atkinson proceeded to take actions to weaponize the whistleblower process and exceed the statutory jurisdiction by ignoring Department of Justice guidance and relying on only secondhand testimony to ensure the whistleblower complaint was released to Congress, referred to the FBI, and leaked to the propaganda machine called the media. Then House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, 𝗫𝗃SCI Chairman Adam Schiff, and then Speaker Nancy Pelosi used this false secondhand narrative to create media intrigue and ultimately spark the basis to impeach President Trump in December of 2019. It's all coming out, folks, right on time. And you know what? It's okay if the media doesn't want to cover this to the extent that they should. They're all going to go down. I'm still there. Yeah, I'm still saying it. I'm still sticking to my guns. Bombshell development, federal authorities. Now, this is allegedly. I haven't been able to validate this one, so people in the chats, let me know. Let me know if this is happening, but I wanted to bring it to your attention just in case. Federal authorities have responded or have reportedly carried out a quiet search at the home of former President Barack Obama, tied to the massive grand jury investigation into Russiagate in the Southern District of Florida. With his legal team present, this could mark a historic moment where long overdue accountability finally arrives for one of the biggest political scandals in American history. So this is right after 𝗬𝗪cy 𝗂𝘁 comes out and says what she says. The truth about what really happened may be closer than ever, folks. Could this be the turning point so many have been waiting for? Yeah, I think it's coming. I know a lot of you are probably like, negative Nancy's out there, but I'm going to tell you what, I see it all coming. It's coming to a head. So, yes. All right, folks. Let's take some super chats. Alex, what do you say? JD Big Shot Blues, the Wizards and Warlocks never saw. And Nino's Corner, Sancho coming. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Hey, yo. The what does that say, man? My eyes said 𝗬𝗪. The demon looks like a headless Lady Liberty. Uncle Sam, zoom into the pants. There are stripes. I could be wrong. Praying for you and your parents. Thank you so much for the prayers. I need them. Thank you so much. Oh, God. Esseret Brooks, thank you. Wow, that's a big one. Thank you so much. This all helps. This goes back into the studio, folks. Just letting you know that. And every now and then I take my parents to dinner. So thank you. Thank you for everything. And thank you for the prayers. Kelly Ray, 1982. I'm sticking with Trump. Thank you for all you do. Many prayers continued and love you big. I hope you guys do stay with Trump. That's what I'm trying to show you, the genius behind the method to the madness is what I'm trying to do here. Because it's so easy to see if you just peel it back just a couple of layers. It's really easy to see. Kelly Ray, 1982, thank you. Is that it, Alex? All right, cool. So let's get to some what the fuck news in what the fuck news. This is crazy. I mean, I know a lot of people like go to their AI now instead of doctors. I've actually had like a bump on my skin, and I'm like, oh shit, I took a picture of it and I put it in AI, and I'm like, what is this? And it's instant like results, right? We're all kind of using AI now instead of going to the doctor, which I don't think is smart. But then again, I don't trust doctors either. So I'm like, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do in this situation, really? AI chatbots misdiagnosed in over 80% of early medical cases, study finds. Top models, including OpenAI and DeepSeek, make judgments too quickly when patient data is incomplete. Consumer AI chatbots falter when used to make medical diagnoses, particularly when faced with incompetent information, according to new research highlighting the risks of relying on them as digital doctors. I don't know how many of you do this. The study finds that leading large language models struggle to suggest a range of possible diagnoses when patient data is limited, frequently narrowing too quickly to a simple answer. The results point to a broader limitation of AI. While chatbots can identify likely conditions once a case is fully specified, they are less reliable at the earlier, more uncertain stages of clinical reasoning. I don't know how many of you go to your AI chatbot instead of a doctor. A lot of people are doing that now. I mean, who wants to pay a doctor when you can just find out instantaneously what your condition is? But there's, misdiagnosed in over 80% of early medical cases. I still think you should go to your doctor, get it checked out. I that's what I think. That's just my advice. But we'll see. The findings highlight the dangers of relying on the technology alone to pinpoint health problems, particularly in cases where the data user's input may be vague or patchy. These models are great at naming a final diagnosis once the data is complete. And you know what, folks? I guarantee you, doctors use this shit as well. What do you want to make a bet? The doctor leaves the room you're in, goes into another room, and puts this shit in AI and comes back and feeds you the horse shit. Judges are using AI, lawyers are using AI. Sometimes I use AI for titles, images, definitely, right? Everyone's using AI for their business now. If you're not, you're behind. So what makes you think doctors are not using AI? Of course they are. They'll probably snap a picture of your ailment or put it into the AI and then come back and just vomit what they just got from AI. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I would bet at least over 60% of doctors are doing that. Everyone's using AI now. I would bet that's what they're doing. I don't know, just a hunch here, folks. Folks, thank you for joining me for another episode of Nino's Corner. Go to ninoscorner.tv right now. It's still up. The sale is up. Live forever. I got Ringside with Nino tonight with my Black Sheep family. I can't wait to see you guys. We've taken a little bit of time off, but like I said, I'll be there for an hour, and then it's a free-for-all. All of you just talk, chop it up, talk shop for the rest of the night, for as long as you want to go. So I'll see you tonight, 5 p.m., Ringside with Nino. Love all of you. And folks, really, seriously, thank you for the prayers from my family. I think that's the only thing that's keeping us going. Because I got to tell you, I'm on fumes right now. That's no joke. I'm on fumes. Thank you. All right, Alex. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the Black Sheep of broadcasting, folks. Later.